welcome to the Decad 10-minute take. It
Ow.
is our host, Trail Stewart. And with me, as always, for now, is my intrepid co-host, Don, the Essential Worker Chambers.
Yes.
Um, Today we are talking about a movie that's hard to talk about, hard to watch, The Lighthouse.
Yes.
But before we get started, make sure you click that subscribe button
Hmm.
and you click that bell, and you get all the 10-minute takes as soon as they drop. But as always, we'll have Mr. Chambers go first.
Let me know when the timer is ready.
Go.
Okay. The Lighthouse, directed by Robert Eggers, starring Robert Pattinson and William Dafoe. Okay. Let me start here. I like the fact it was in black and white. I think that's cool. It had a very unique aesthetic. I think it was shot in like 4:3. It wasn't widescreen. Different. Very cool. I thought William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson acted their asses off. I found William Dafoe's sort of old English way of speaking just intriguing. I mean, he sounded like a pirate every time he talked. I just found it interesting and intriguing.
I think there was that old New England
Yeah.
accent. Yeah.
So I was like, okay. For now, here's what I gather the movie's about. Okay. These two dudes are there for a certain amount of time to watch and maintain this lighthouse. They go crazy. Robert Pattinson's character kills William Dafoe's character, and he ends up dying himself. He goes mad. That's the basic gist. Now, for everything else I watched in between, it was very... Look, I think 10 minutes in, I was like, oh, this is an art house movie. And that's really kind of how it came across to me. It's an art house movie. It jumps to these scenes where all of a sudden stuff is happening, or you're like, okay, he's gonna fight a seagull now. I mean, it's just, or like, okay, I guess they're stone ass drunk and gonna fight, and then next thing you know, they're hugging and dancing together in a slow dance. I mean, it's just like, what is going on? Like, oh, I guess he's gonna be naked in front of the light. All right then, just bizarre sort of art house artsy stuff, which I'm like, okay, cool. There's an appreciation for that. I don't know if maybe I'm just not the person that really gets all that too much. I mean, I watched it because, again, I could appreciate the acting part of it. They both acted their asses off. They were great. And the technical skill I watched, and I was like, it's shot wonderfully. I mean, he uses that black and white almost to perfection. But in terms of the story, I mean, I'm just watching, kind of just waiting for things to sort of happen, to get to a point, and then when it does, you're just like, okay. God, I don't even know what else to say about this. I mean, I'm just...
What would you rate it? Or would you put it on our scale?
You... Okay, listen. I have to first put the qualifier of you have to be into art house films. If you were into art house type films, then you should go see this opening night, pay the full price. This will be your sort of thing. If these sort of very metaphorical, art housey, kind of bizarre movies are not your deal, the fact that it's on Amazon Prime right now is perfect for you. Just watch it on there. You can pause it, stop it, which I'm sure a lot of you will, and be like, I will get back to this later. It's perfect. If I had to give it a number score, I would probably give it I would say a 6, again, because it technically I can see it's shot great. Acting wise, just amazing. It really is. But in terms of story wise, and I can only speak for me, it didn't grip me very hard. I mean, I just watched it because I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch this. But once it was all said and done, I was like, okay. It was a very weird, bizarre story of simply two people gone mad and one kills the other. I mean, I don't know if I needed almost, what's it, like a 2-hour movie? For that. But, okay. I believe it's based off a book, too, I think. Or he based it off
It's a real story. It's a real
It is a
event.
real story, okay.
Sort of.
So I'm like, okay. Forgive me if I'm not highbrow enough to appreciate this movie in all its glory. But look, right now, if it's free on Amazon Prime, hey, knock yourself out. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This is the third movie that I've seen that's loosely based on this Lighthouse event. I guess the real story, it was in England, and this lighthouse guys are there, and they get trapped in there by a storm, and one of the guys dies, and then the other guy doesn't want to throw his body out to sea because he doesn't want to be blamed for the murder. So he makes like a makeshift coffin, but then he has it what happens is, I think he has it kind of up, like hanging on the thing so it doesn't get washed away, but then it breaks open, and then the guy's bloated corpse is waving at him in the wind and stuff, and he starts to go crazy himself. So when they find him, he's unintelligibly crazed over being on this island with a beckoning, rotting corpse for so long when they get him, and he's and then they take him away. And so after that, they changed the policy and made it be lighthouse teams have to be teams of 3 instead of team 2 after that. But so I saw one. It was a British version in I think it was made in 2016, but I saw it in 2018 when it came out on Amazon, and it was very straightforward. It was in color, and it was widescreen, and it was very British, and they were devolving into madness and blah blah blah. I think in that version maybe one guy kills the other guy too, they didn't have him just die accidentally, but it's kind of the similar thing because it's based on the similar event.
Right.
Then there was Cold Skin, which I don't know if you ever wound up seeing that shenanigans, where they played up the mermaid aspect of it, and they made the mermaids be real, and they were real mer people, and there was 200% more fish sex than I was prepared for. Yeah, even more than
in this movie.
Than what's that other one with the Guillermo del Toro movie?
Yes, I remember that. Yes,
Shape of Water.
Yes,
that certainly had 200% more fish sex than I was counting on. But so Cold Skin is another sort of two guys on a lighthouse going crazy, but that one, the mer people are real. So then now we have this third version, which is the art house version. It has a David Lynchian feel about it. I don't know if you've seen this director's first thing. He did The Witch. I still haven't finished The Witch. The Witch is very slow and methodical and grating, and it feels and it's intentional, but it feels like somebody's taking an ice pick and just digging it into your ear slowly for 2 hours. And if you like that kind of horror movie, then God bless you. But I can't. I have too much anxiety, and too much to be sitting there clawing my face apart trying to watch a movie. And this movie is a little bit like that. It was some work. Okay, look at my face. This is my face the entire movie.
Yeah. You wouldn't be the only one.
I feel if this had been women, there would be no movie.
That's true. That is true.
This is only some bullshit that men devolved to.
That's true.
It was 5 weeks, you guys. Shit.
I know. When I heard that part, I was like, wait a second. They're literally only here for a month and a week? Oh. I thought it was longer.
Oh my God. Okay. So, I mean, does that how long it takes for y'all to turn into just monsters, Don? I don't know. Like,
Listen, I've never been stuck in a lighthouse
this movie was gross.
having to swab the deck however many times.
There was so much just beating off and
Yeah, it was a little bit.
it was a lot of that, and it was gross. And then there was like fish vaginas, and it was just.
You know what? I think I probably was making that face too, but I found myself a lot through the movie just going, okay.
Here, okay.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
I didn't hate it. I really didn't, because it was beautifully shot. Like you said, the black and white was really just like chef's kiss perfection.
Yeah.
Shot composition and choices. The acting, they acted their asses off.
They did.
But our last 10-minute take, this is another one where we're just men making weird man decisions and yelling about it.
Yes.
like, come on.
You know what? I think that's the most brilliant point. Like, it couldn't have been, like, if it was a woman's movie, this probably be a 10-minute movie done.
I mean, like a 10-minute movie, and they're just journaling or something. Like,
exactly.
I don't know if that's like
it's like if you so this movie is a warning. You put two men together for 5 weeks, sheer chaos is all.
One
you
of
can
them's
expect.
not coming out.
One of them's
Possibly
not coming out. and for some reason, an abnormal amount of beating off is just occurring, which is like.
Is it abnormal though? Is it?
Okay, maybe not, but.
I mean.
But I was like.
And then I guess there was a certain amount of alcohol involved, and then these guys are like salty sea dog alcoholics, and they just were antisocial personalities thrown together in this situation, and then the water's poisoned. By the end of it, they're drinking the fuel for the light. like what's happening? The light, by the way, was beautiful. Like, I get why it was like this chapel, pristine thing to him, but it was a lot. You got to be prepared for a lot. This movie is work to watch. I would say if you are, like I said, if you, like Don said, if you're into art house movies that are a lot of work to watch, then this would definitely have been worth a theater ticket. It's on Amazon Prime right now, so good on you. It was a lot of work, though, and there's definitely a lot of men making bad man decisions and then yelling about it.
That's true, and a lot of yelling about it.
A lot of yelling about it,
yeah.
And so, and then the mermaid business was kind of, this movie was much more clear about whether it was in his head or whether it was real.
Right.
Like they didn't have any ambiguity to that so much, but there were a lot of things that were, did he fish out this head out of the ocean? Is that real? Is that what some of and then like the passage of time, like suddenly like he's hallucinating about these things, and then suddenly it's like weeks later, and then like the guys got this log for all these days, and then they're rationing food, and he has no memory of, like, it's definitely a really good study in like the devolution of like the very definition of stir crazy. But holy crap, it was a lot. It was work. It was hard to watch, and I don't know if this is like, it wasn't scary in any way. So I don't know. I guess it's a horror movie in that kind of, it's horrific,
or maybe more suspenseful.
It's billed as a horror movie, but it's definitely horrific. Like it's grotesque.
Yeah.
And it's a character study in grotesquerie, but it is exhausting and a lot of work. So now that it's on Amazon Prime, if you need to split that shit up, you probably, it might be worth an intermission. Come back to it. But anyway.
Yeah. But it's not hard work. Hitting that subscribe button and the bell Just find out and get more of our 10-minute takes here on YouTube. Also, don't forget, we've also got a website called tcadnetwork.com, which also has all of our links to all of our 10-minute takes, as well as to our TCAD podcast, as well as to Good Morning Antioch and The Reading. So you've got it all in one place at tcadnetwork.com, as well as here on YouTube to find out more of our reviews on movies and other good stuff. Yeah, this was,
It was hard.
Yeah, to say the least. Yeah. Stick around, hit the bell, subscribe for more reviews from us. Jazz hands.
What do you want to watch?